Shalom, welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give our glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to your occupants pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. And just want to touch on a couple articles I came across dealing with automation and how automation is going to spur even more sedition, violence, and uprising, as it talks about in the scriptures. Because what you don't understand, the elites and the powers that be are ready to create a world where they need a minimum amount of people. So you can understand. They're ready to create a world where, robots will do all the menial tasks, all right? And they just sit back and reap the benefits. So the question that you should be asking is, after the robots and automation come in, what is the average working person going to do if they're no longer needed in society? That's the $1 million question. And all you got to do is look at the Georgia Guidestones to answer that. But let's get into this. It's CNBC. Walmart is using fully driverless trucks to ramp up its online grocery business. It says Walmart said Monday it started using fully driverless trucks in its online grocery business, aiming to increase capacity and reduce inefficiencies. Walmart and Silicon Valley startup Gatik said that since August, they've operated 2 autonomous box trucks without a safety driver. So this thing is here faster than a lot of people anticipated. On a 7-mile loop daily for 12 hours, the Gatik trucks are loaded with online grocery orders from Walmart fulfillment center called a dark store. The orders are then taken to a nearby Walmart neighborhood market grocery store in Bentonville, Arkansas, where Walmart is headquartered. The program began in December 2020 after getting approval from the Arkansas State Highway Commission. The safety driver was pulled over the summer. The partnership is focused on the so-called middle mile, the transport of goods within the supply chain, most often from a warehouse to a fulfillment center or a warehouse to a retailer. So this is going to cut out a lot of so-called your route drivers, your delivery drivers, because they said this thing was operating on a 7-mile loop for 12 hours a day. And guess what? You don't got to pay no wages. You don't got to pay no overtime. The trucks don't need no lunch break. You see? They have warehouse people loaded at one end. They give us its coordinates and then run it to the other end. So if they're doing this and they already implementing this, guess what, man? A lot of people are going to get cut out of this, even cut out more of this economy, man, which is going to lead to an increase in crime. All right. And you're going to have a lot of desperate people out here in desperate situations. It says we're thrilled to be working with Gatik to achieve the industry first driverless milestone. Walmart Senior Vice President Tom Ward said in the news release about the project. Through our work with Gatik, we've identified that autonomous box trucks offer an efficient, safe, sustainable solution for transporting goods on repeatable routes between our stores. You see? Let me grab some scriptures. Let's go into the book. 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? So this automation, driverless vehicles, he's pushing as a good thing, but we understand that this is just another device that Esau Edom is bringing to cause more unstableness, So once you cut out all the workers and you cut off the employees, who's going to have a lot of money to buy these products? See, they're no longer worried about profits anymore, man. That's how we didn't cross into a new paradigm. They're worried about bringing in this beast system, man, a fully automated system, a fully draconian, legislated. They're gonna bring in what Lori Lightfoot is doing here in Chicago, universal income. They're gonna do all these things, but it's really to create pressure to destroy people. At the end of the day, they want to depopulate this earth. But ultimately, it's through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because he got the last laugh, man. All right, he's gonna let a lot of this stuff get fulfilled. Uh, let's go to the book of read some second Ezra 16th chapter. It says the second Ezra 16 and 15. The fire is kindled, it shall not be put out until it consume the foundation of the earth. Right? Yeah, this is it. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. The beginning of sorrows, great mournings, the beginning of famine, and great death. So we already have supply chain issues, right? You're going to have famine issues. You're going to have violence and death that's going on. You got plagues and disease out here, all right? We're in the midst of these things as I speak. And what the powers that be are gearing up, preparing for a world with less people working, all right? And that's only going to be, so like I said, sustainable for so long. And then, hey, they got to get your ass out of here. And they used to say there's a million ways to die. It says the program, let me jump down. It says taking the driver out is the holy grail of this technology, Gaddick CEO Gautam Narag, who founded the company in 2017, told CNBC, having the trust from the world's largest retailer has been a massive boost for what we do. Is a validation of our technology and our solution and our progress. And I believe in one of the X-Men movies, they were showing the semis that were driverless, and this movie came out years ago. So this is all where this thing is headed. It says Walmart, the nation's biggest seller of grocery items, is testing the Gaddick autonomous vehicle and a part of its transition to a hub and spoke model for grocery delivery, where dark stores are closer to the consumer and used to serve several retail stores. Walmart said the use of automated vehicles will also allow store associates more freedom to perform higher level. Come on, man. No, it's not. It's eventually meant to cut them out. That's what it's meant. All right, to create a smaller so-called workforce. You see that when you go into fast food now, they got kiosks everywhere, screens everywhere, and they only got somebody in the back doing what, cooking the food. They got that in the what is it, the Amazon warehouses. They trying to get it fully automated. So all these major, and they said this is the biggest food retailer, are headed in what direction? All right, and that's going to mean what? Less jobs, less money in the pockets of the average person, which is going to basically destroy society. And Esau knows what he's doing, man. It's just a means to an end. Let's keep going. It says, Second Ezra 16 and 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So everything is a domino effect, a snowball effect. So when you take away, a lot of people drive box trucks. A lot of people do route delivery type things. And if these trucks can get to the point where you just plug in the stops, right, and they go from A to B, right, and you have somebody at these places unloaded, guess what? They probably can even offer them lower rates. Just have your people unloaded, take off what they got to take off, right? And there was another. I'm not going to read this entire other article, but this is from Bloomberg. Rise of robots speeds up its in pandemic with U.S. labor scarce. American workers are hoping that the tight pandemic labor market will translate into better pay. It might just mean robots take their jobs instead, and that's what they want. It says labor shortages and rising wages are pushing U.S. businesses to invest in automation. A recent Federal Reserve survey of chief financial officers found that at firms with difficulty hiring, one-third are implementing and exploring automation to replace workers. In earnings calls over the past month, executives from a range of businesses confirmed the trend. Domino's Pizza is putting in place equipment and technology that reduce the amount of labor that is required to produce Our dope, like I said, this is what all these people are doing this, man. All right. But Esau knows that once they implement all this automation, what are you going to do with the average so-called Joe Blow worker, man, who's not going to be able to get a paycheck anymore? What's going to happen? Like I said, it's going to lead to ultimately uh, they're doing trial runs in all different cities at universal basic income, which people going to think is a good thing, but really it's a trap to get you into the new money, which is going to be all cashless, all digital, and you're going to have to basically capitulate, bend the knee to keep getting those stipends, and eventually it's going to lead to the mark spoken about in the book of Revelation. It's all a setup. It's all a game. I got anything else? Yeah, let's end this off in Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Right? It's going to be crime wave, depression. All right. People don't see a future, no jobs. All right. We're living in the times of these prophecies. Verse 4: and the door shall be shut in the streets. The sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right. So, the first article I got uh, dealing with the driverless trucks, right? And it says to ramp up its online grocery business, meaning they know people are going to be stuck in fucking houses and everything is going to be brought to them. So your main street that you got in downtown area and in various cities and towns are going to be obliterated. That's what's coming. Verse 5, also the great retail apocalypse. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and mourners go about the streets. Right. More protesters, more people disenchanted with their current reality and their current outlook. So get ready for more sedition, more uprising, more rebellion. And that's the days that we're living in. But that's the point. Keep your eyes open. I'm going to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom next time.